All right, ready to go live with the last reaction for the day, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what? I'm doing all these reactions while the second episode of Nightwire for Cyberpunk 2077 is going on. But these are more important. As much as I'm looking forward to the game, these reactions are more important than whatever is going on with them. So, welcome everyone, yo peoples, to another iteration of My Hero Academia. It's time to check out what happens during the battle of, well, page 200, chapter 280 of the story. So let's go ahead and move on and see what we got. It's not going to take as long as my One Piece because I tend to get through My Hero Academia a lot faster than One Piece, as you guys already know. And here we have a cover page with Mina standing in like this acid golem? Is this what the volume's going to look like when this chapter eventually gets serialized and put out in a volume? I like this. She's standing underneath like this acid golem is behind her, but she looks awesome. Because as you know, in the last chapter, Gigantomachia is just wrecking everything, making it difficult for Yaoyorozu's plan to go into effect. And it gets to a point where everyone's trying to hold him down. Everyone's trying to keep him from moving. And he tries to move, but Mount Lady jumps on top of him and holds his mouth open because she sees what the students of 1A and 1B are trying to do. They're trying to sedate him. So she holds his mouth open, and when it seems like no one else is able to get close, we see Mina jumping in the air, covered in what looks like acid with a vial of the sedative in her hand, because all this is probably going to take like one vial in order to knock him out, due to the mixture that Yaoyorozu made. So she's jumping right in front of him. And then we have this massive explosion. No, not massive explosion. There's this giant wildfire that just picked up in front of in the forest where a lot of the other students are. Everyone hanging in there? The fire's spreading so fast. That guy didn't hold anything back. And this is clearly the work of Dabi, who set fire to the forest with his last attack. One of the things we found out about Gigantomachia is he has a bunch of quirks in him. One that makes him immune to pain, and another that makes it so that his morale gives him energy. So if he has high spirits, he's not running out whatsoever. Kaminari, I'm so sorry. You okay? I mean, you're not, but still. Lap pillow. We were definitely blown away before the fire could trap us, but some of them are still in there. So there's other students and other heroes who are still in the middle of that fire with no way to currently get out. And then we cut to Mina, who is launching herself forward, covered in acid, Acid Man, towards the mouth of Gigantomachia. No fire's touching me through the sticky armor. I can push forward, and since I can, that means I gotta. The fear keeping me in place. And it has Mount Lady pulling up Gigantomachia's mouth. But she's pulling it up by the lip. Not by the teeth, but by the lip. Of course, he can't feel that. And then it's showing heroes trying to fight some of the villains. Trying to fight some of the League of Villains who are on the back of Gigantomachia. Midnight? Still alive, right? And this is Mineta speaking of this. And then Mina jumps out of her Acid Man armor. I gotta melt it away. Nap time! The shortest route to master. Stopping to deal with gnats is too much of a detour. Made the wrong choice. And then... Yo! Gigantomachia just stares back at Mount Lady. Like the background completely blacks out. And he just stares at her. Shortest route means keeping gnats from getting up again. Mount Lady stares back at him, but he stares with bloodshot, angry eyes. And then Mina looks over in that direction. All for my master. That voice. Oh, she now remembers who Gigantomachia is. Because it's the very same person that she defended her friends from years ago before she joined UA. But she had no idea who it was at the time. Now, Now she realized who it is. Ah. And then it has flashbacks of her crying because she stood up to Gigantomachia, but it was also scary at the same time. Too scary! Yo, what just happened? Does she have like a major flashback? Yo! She lost her grip! And Gigantomachia jumps out of the ground, yo, and grabs Mount Lady by the face and throws her away. While at the same time, he begins to try and grab where Mina is while she tries to scramble and grab the sedative. Then Kaminari, no, not Kaminari, Kirishima coming in with his massive hardening, saving Mina from getting crushed. Boy, yo, so manly. Your boy coming in clutch. Saving Mina at the last second. Yo, he finally repaid that moment where he could have stood up for those girls against Gigantomachia, and he does the same thing for Mina without a moment's hesitation. And of course, she gets knocked back. He shoves her away while the hand of Gigantomachia bears down on him, and she can look on in utter surprise and shock as there's a massive... as Gigantomachia's hand just slams into the ground with Kirishima right underneath. And then, at the same time, Mount Lady is thrown away at the same time. And it looks like Mount Lady is knocked out by that. And then we got Tetsu. Time to move. Can you stand? Mudman sinking the flames to put him out. But Tetsu, Kirishima, he... that punk. Unlike me, he doesn't burn. But that punk. Unlike me, he doesn't burn, but it's probably still hot for him. He was faster than me, and he dove right into it. And then Gigantomachia just stands up. Just stands straight up. Holding Toga, holding Compress, Dabi, all the villains in his hand. The gnats are down. Hold on tight, comrades. And then it has... Yo! Kirishima is still there! I am Red Riot! And no one behind me is gonna bleed! Yo, he is literally digging into the flesh of Gigantomachia, carving his way up to the top. Gnat. Giganto just looks at him and says, Gnat. And Kirishima is jumping towards him. And he tries to throw the vial, but it's slashed by a knife thrown by Toga. That was my dose. But he pulls out another because that was Ashido's. Yo, he faked him out. Ashido, your chivalrous spirit is in good hands. Yo, and with the last vial he has, he throws it straight into the mouth of Machia. And then the hand of Machia comes over to try and grab Kirishima. But before he can smash him, he's grabbed by Lizardy. And he's also shot by multiple cannons made by... Was all those cannons made by Yaoyorozu? Did she make all of those cannons? Red Riot successfully administered a dose. Kirishima really did it. And then it has Yaoyorozu covering herself up with like a big old parka. Is it a fireproof parka? The more he moves around, the faster the drug should work. Majestic! And then it has Majestic popping in with some other heroes, a bunch of other heroes like Gang Orca. I see Fat Gum. I don't see Edgeshot anywhere, but a lot of other big heroes are coming in. Understood. Ooh, with his look, maybe said, understood. I have high hopes for you, Momo, and you didn't disappoint. Come on, everyone. Those trainees have done more than enough for one day. So many gnats. And wait, is that another quirk? Did he cover the front of his face in rock? Is that another thing he can do? What the heck? And then it cuts to the city. What's about to happen? It's over. Oh, it's Endeavor. It's over, Tomura Shigaraki. Gather up all the power you like, but without ideals, your hollow destruction will never bring us down.
You heroes hurt your own families just to help complete strangers. Dad told me that. You want ideals? I had it. I have it. No, I had it.
Next chapter hits August 23rd, so this one goes on break as well. So now we're cutting back to the fight with Tomura Shigaraki. We got Endeavor looking over, like, Endeavor literally just burned Shigaraki down. Like, he has multiple scars on his body, multiple burn wounds, his body's smoking, with Midoriya and Bakugo looking on in the background. All while Aizawa's still in the back, keeping his eyes trained on him to keep him from using his quirk. But wow, what is about to happen? The more Gigantomachia, and that's the end of the chapter. The more Gigantomachia moves around, the more the dose is going to take more effect on him. And even though Toga tried to destroy one vial of the sedative that Kirishima had, well, can we just call this was Kirishima's chapter. This was Kirishima's main chapter. This was the front and center. Your boy Red Riot is running Riot. Like, seriously, this was a fantastic chapter. I call this a 10 out of 10 as well, because we got to see Kirishima step up and finally step up to Gigantomachia after all these years. Mount Lady, it looks like she's out of the picture, though, because she literally just got grabbed by the entire head by Gigantomachia and thrown to the side. Is that really going to be enough for Giganto? We'll have to see. Knowing Yayorozu like I have, she may have taken that into account, and who knows? A dose that size, it could be very, very, well, she did say in the last chapter that is a diluted dose should be enough to take him down. Like, hers is unfiltered and just made just to be ridiculously robust, if from her own words is something to go by. So it makes me wonder that the dosage that she has in there has enough power to, fully knock him out. And all it takes is just one to spread through his body. Because all it takes is like a small dollop of cough syrup for you to automatically know that, you know what, cherry cough syrup, it's not good. I don't like it. It's in my mouth. I don't want it anywhere near there. So, because it's really potent. So my thoughts are the amount of sedative she has in those vials that she gave to everyone, it's enough to knock out someone as big as Gigantomachia. But we have to see if it works. When he starts moving, and if he starts to get sluggish and he falls over, then we know that, Momo did good. But if he doesn't and he burns through it, which I wouldn't be surprised if he does, then we know that it's going to take a lot more than just one simple sedative to knock this guy out. Toga should get Shigaraki's and Makio's blood. Well, here's the thing. With Makio's blood, does that mean that if she took his blood, would she get access to all of his quirks? Like all of them? And not just the one that he started out with? Because we don't even know what quirk he started out with. Like, what was his first and original quirk? Because he has so many, it's hard to pin down which one he had first. So if Toga was to get access to... If she was to get access to Shigaraki's, then she'd just be decaying everything. But if it gets to the point where it's like Shigaraki's now, then she'd probably do more damage to both heroes and villains at the same time, rather than being a help to anyone. So, I don't think it's a good idea for Toga to get Shigaraki's decay quirk due to how dangerous it is. But that's just my thoughts. And if she got Makia's blood, who knows exactly what she'd get. Because we don't know what all he has. He has a whole bunch of quirks. He's a more powerful Nomu than any other Nomu. But yeah, Mount Lady is knocked out. Mount Lady and Kamui Woods. I didn't notice that, but Kamui Woods is laying unconscious as well. I did not notice him laying over in this panel when Gigantomachia says, "The gnats are down, hold on tight, comrades." He's holding on to everyone. He's telling everyone to hold on before Kirishima uses his full-on hardening to climb up the arm of Gigantomachia and then administer the dose. But we have yet to see what's about to happen. Because we got more heroes closing in. We got Majestic, we got Gang Orca, we got Fat Gum, we got Sun Eater, and we got other heroes and other students as well closing in. So, a lot more backup has shown up. And then we cut to the city with Endeavor just burning Tomura Shigaraki, telling him that without ideals, your hollow destruction will never bring us down. And then Shigaraki's saying, like, you heroes hurt your own families just to help complete strangers. Dad told me that. Do you want ideals? I have it. No, I had it. And I don't know if these cracks all over his body, I don't know what that's doing to him, because in one panel, you don't see those at all. But here, there's cracks starting to form across his body. His body looks like it's cracking. There's even the sound effect of, like, cracking going on across his body. I don't know what this means. And I didn't notice this, but in this panel where his head looks like it's down, you can kind of make out the shape of his eye staring at Endeavor. But I still don't know what this means by his body starting to crack all over. It's kind of intimidating. Why is his body cracking all over all of a sudden? But we're going to have to find out the next time when these chapters continue. I told you this wasn't going to be as long as my One Piece. It never is. But another great chapter as well. Lots to think about. Not only did Kirishima have his giant moment to shine, but now we're back at the battle in the middle of the city with Tomura Shigaraki, Midoriya, and pretty much everyone else there. And Tomura's body is starting to crack. I don't know if that's the effects of him not being able to have access to his quirks. Maybe there was a quirk in his body that made it so that he could, keep his body in check because of the large and absurd amount of quirks he had in his body. But without the ability to have access to his quirks, then maybe the overabundance in them in his body is actually starting to take a toll on his body because his body can't regenerate fast enough in order to keep his body whole. I don't know if that's a thing. I don't know if that's the whole idea of it. But Shigaraki's body is starting to crack and crumble. And I wouldn't say crumble, like pieces aren't falling off, but his body's starting to get jagged, deep cracks in it, and it's starting to form over his body. I don't know what that means. I don't know. But we're going to have to find out next week. There's not much more I can say to this chapter other than the students of UA are really showing their colors and what it makes to be like a true hero, like Kirishima with Red Riot. He's come a mighty long way from, hardening his entire body to the point where he's not even getting shaken off by the likes of Gigantomachia, who is at this point one of the most powerful individuals that we've seen in this entire series. So Kirishima's come a long way. Mina's come a long way. They've all had their moments. Mina actually had a lapse, like a moment of hesitation. And that's why she failed when she tried to get the sedation the first time. But Kirishima came in and saved her this time. So there's like that, a lot of give and take there. Lots of callbacks to things that happened near the beginning of these individuals' personal stories before they joined UA. So overall, this story of My Hero Academia, it is great. And when this story is over, just like One Piece, there's going to be a massive void left when these mangas end. because they're done so well. But I'm not going to drone on any longer. This is the best hero experience they can get. Seriously, I highly doubt they are ever going to come across a force any more dangerous than Tomura Shigaraki and Gigantomachia. Not unless All For One makes a comeback, but who knows if that could ever be a thing. But this is quite possibly the most hero work, the most experience that I think they will ever see in a very long time. They are in the worst possible world case scenario right now. And they can't get any better than that. Can't wait for My Hero Academia Next Generations. That'd be interesting to see. But we're gonna have to find out what happens when this series actually comes to an end. So that's all I got for you guys. I'm not gonna keep you guys here any longer than I already have. I hope you enjoyed this reaction to My Hero Academia. Just like I do with anything else that I do, I enjoy doing this for you guys. I never get tired of this. I never get bored of this. I never feel like what I'm doing here is a waste of time because I love to do it every chance that I get. You guys mean the world to me. Karma, Sir Anime Discussion, Psycho, everyone else who decides to watch this video after it has gone live and it's up for everyone to view. Thank you for taking out the time to view me. It really does mean a lot. You help this channel grow larger and larger. And it really is helping my dream of being able to do what I love full time and not have to worry about other sources of income. It's getting closer. Thank you. That's all I can say. So with that being said, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next videos. Have a fantastic day. And once again, as always, later, peoples. I love my job.